right? More investigation. And bearing in mind the gold, oil and diamonds idea, right? Um, had to be the God idea, right? And this is looking at the East African, the German East African Company, right? Obviously very similar to the British East India Company, right? And the wealth that could be gained from Africa sparked interest for Germany. And the not idea of getting natural resources and all this, right? And you've got interesting stuff here where the Eastern Orc Mountains, right? So of course, the Noah's Ark idea and all that, And this is a chain of mountains, Kenya and Tanzania. Of course, like that, you got the British Kenya, the British Kenya Club. Again, the spear idea, the Eye of Needle idea. See, it's again hidden symbolism for the tea medicine and the syringes. And this the Theatre Hills. This looks like it could be, some sort of region, like an important region in the the history of the tea medicine. Okay. And the World Heritage Site. So it must be quite an important place to them for some reason. And again, like the symbolic little box idea, and like a diamond sharp diamond idea as well. Again, you're talking about the sharpness of the diamond idea. Could again be representing of the needle. Interestingly, you always pointed out on documentaries and stuff about the rainforests of the Amazon or something, right? The Brazilian rainforest, but they never really talk about the African ones. As you can see, the Congolian rainforests. So again, it could be a bit of trickery there and pointing in the wrong direction. Again, the Dahomey Amazons. Obviously when you have the people think of the Amazons idea and they think of but they don't think of an African idea, they think of a legendary type of Greek or some type of idea, but they seem to be based on these ones. And of course when they claim they're all female, that could mean, either FTMs or MTFs, like, with these people, They're not going to be natural females, but they're going to be trans one way or another. Of course, here's the, again, that's a very, like, a type of thing you get out of the Bible, isn't it? Like the decapitation idea and the heads cut off idea is always in the Bible. Again, a lot of evidence to point towards this being the inspiration for the Bible and all that. '19th century colonizers, that's pretty recently. The woman king. Again, that's like a very interesting idea. If you're talking about is there is there a sort of African kingdom, right, which is which the European ones are subordinate to, as a possibility. Obviously, they put the idea in that the European ones colonized them, took over, and enslaved everybody and all this idea, right? But it's also a total possibility that that's all hex and that's the cover up, right? And basically where you have that, you may have an African kingdom what isn't even on the map, so like that, the rainforest idea, that was talking about in the Prothean type of stuff, that was talking about how there's unknown tribes that they've never met before and all stuff like that. And often putting them on TV documentaries and stuff like that, so that would indicate that there are transes. So there's a lot of hex going on to cover something up, right? Maybe your proper unknown tribes and stuff is in the African rainforest. See? And that's again, there's more funny codes like our mothers. Like this, you get this mother goddess ideas and all that. You got here read this hoodie badger. Jaw, the jaw idea. Jaw Rastafari and all that. The first king of Dahomey. Remember how you got the Ham James Chamish idea, so you got the Hum idea, and the palace of creation, establishment of the palace, the administration of the kingdom. So some funny codes in there. The first king recognized. All the ducks on the enough, yeah. Very funny stuff. Again, very much all these type of stories about this type of stuff remind me very much of the Bible, Proper and that type of Adam and clay stuff and that. Just because finger like the terrain out there in Africa, it's very clear like all the ground and that. Apparently this is only going back to 1645 and 1685. So it's like sort of in keeping with the modern world idea, you know what I mean? Elephant hunters. Again, like if you watch them videos I've done about elephant and the 9/11 stuff and all that, a lot of obsession with elephants idea, The female bodyguard, the eunuch idea, again the eunuch. And the hanged man like Jesus. Here's the walls of the palace of King Hoogie Badger. And then it appears to be made out of clay, clay and straw and stuff like that, like that type of technique. Very, what do you call it, old-fashioned technique of, whether or not that's authentic. So you get that type of colonialism idea, this one's saying that the colonial went across, sort of had different sort of genders like transes or whatever, and then condemned them, So that's an interesting little story type of thing, either way, whether it's true or the opposite. That's an interesting little story, because they're acknowledging the type of idea of transgenders who run about that time, see? So that's funny, Then you have this, the Bantu again, this Bantu idea. So quite a lot of these gone in for the transgender stuff, Getting that Bantu and that. And this here, right? I don't know if that's a trans or whatever, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to recognise it, And that's the thing, like if you're like a European and looking at like these African people and that. Same with Chinese and all that, you're looking at them, you can't tell, You can maybe tell like your own type of thing, like not European. But I can't tell what them are, you know what I mean? Not say, of course, are part of the hex, see? You know that? And I wouldn't be able to tell it was a trans or whatever. So, you know what I mean? It's, that's why this stuff's so important, like, you know what I mean? And German East Africa Company, of course, very much like the British East Indies Company. Of course, this explains why you had the sort of World War One, World War Two hexes, right? Was it was basically, it was like Britain v Germany, in these hexes. Of course, they were both in it together, And even had the sharing the same royal, like the royal rulers and that, both, of the same bloodline and family and that. So it's like, they're hardly going to go into war with each other, the two countries. They were just all involved in the scam, right? And united over the type of Eastern teaching and, cooperation and all that. So of course, World War Two biggest hexes, World War One and World War Two biggest hexes going in. But basically, from a German and British were the main peoples in them, like the main countries or companies or whatever they are, you know what I mean? Royal companies or whatever the class does. They were the two main ones. A lot of the African stuff, African influence in that. So, the colonial thing may not be as the way it's portrayed, you know. You know what I mean? It might be the opposite way. These may be subordinate to an African king or kingdom, They may not even, think about it. If he was in that position, he wouldn't even need to be on a map, A map is basically like for the Prothean idea, for the most part, You wouldn't even need to be on the map, basically, you'll recognise it all. Of course, the gold, the diamonds, and the jewels and the wealth, that comes from there is massive, you know what I mean? And of course, they use that in Europe to build up all that sort of position, their palaces and their companies and that sort of all that, you know what I mean? Simple as how, you buy people off, you know what I mean? Of course, you have the Jewish diamond trade, Belgian Congo ideas there straight away, right? And these run the diamonds trade, worldwide diamonds trade. So you see what I mean? No, basically this stuff all come from the East. So you can see what it's about. So again, it's like another administrative position type of thing. And see, as you had Indian families took over, so maybe the Indian diamonds idea isn't as real as the African diamonds idea, you know what I mean? And they, of course, they call it blood diamond idea. As in like the war, Prothean war hex, our blood's being spilled over these diamonds and all that, but of course, in the sacred idea codes, you're talking about this blood being the blood changeover and all that being the day with the hormones, And, the castration rates and the changing of the blood idea. Classic coded meaning, blood transfusion, and just like you see, like about the idea of, done under the black cover type of idea, see, the secret, goes on all the time, changing the blood over, so it's, trans idea. Of course, because it's been given that Prothean disguise, and even questions. Oh, blood transfusion, that's, what happens when you have an accident or something. But, and again, just think the transfer code in, it's just like right in your face. Basically, taking the pill out of Protheans are doing, understanding, grasping and all that, see. The blood transfusion, end of it again.